Top news stories of the day right now. Let's check in with Jody at the desk.
Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. A shooting in Langley has sent 3 people to hospital this morning. Greg Harper is standing by at the scene with the very latest. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Well, it happened here on the 2500 block of 204th Street in Langley very early this morning. We just spoke to a man who lives on the street here, and he says that police have been called here a number of times in the past. He says actually a person was stabbed here a year ago. Well, police were called here again very early this morning, actually just before 2:30 this morning. You can see the investigation taking place behind me here. We've been observing police taking pictures, talking to neighbors as they continue their investigation. 3 men were shot and taken to hospital. One, we're hearing from police, is in serious condition. The other 2 victims in less serious condition. This neighbor says he didn't hear the gunshots this morning.
Yeah, they wave by. I drive by and I wave to them and say hi. How are you doing this morning? Fine, and that's it. They talk, say hi. How are you doing? And that's about all the association I have with them.
So no arrests have been made. At least we haven't heard of any arrests being made by police. That man that you just heard from says that this shooting took place at a legal marijuana grow-up. This hasn't been confirmed by police. We are expecting an update later on here this morning. Jody?
All right, thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live from Langley. We'll check back in with you at the top of the hour, Greg. A major decision has come down from the Supreme Court of Canada this morning surrounding edible marijuana. Canada's medical marijuana laws have been declared unconstitutional. Until this morning, patients have only legally been allowed to access dried marijuana. That made capsules, baked goods, and drinks illegal. It all stems from a case surrounding a man named Owen Smith. He was arrested and charged for producing marijuana edibles back in 2009. He challenged the restriction and was acquitted. It was an extremely busy night at Vancouver City Hall. Pot legalization advocates, dispensary owners, and patients crammed council chambers for a public hearing on regulating medical marijuana shops. There are 94 illegal pot shops operating in Vancouver right now. The city is proposing a new business license category with a $30,000 fee. More than 160 people have signed up to speak at the public hearing that is set to continue tonight and last several days. The City of Vancouver has sent organizers of the annual Canada Day Marijuana Festival a cease and desist letter. Cannabis Day is held at the Vancouver Art Gallery and draws thousands of people, but organizers have not obtained a permit. That permit requires proof of insurance, payment for policing and sanitation, a site plan, and notification letters to nearby businesses. Mark and Jody Emery, who are behind the event, are vowing it will continue.
Maybe we don't need protest anymore. Maybe the city doesn't want us to share our message. Maybe they want marijuana to stop being talked about. But marijuana is illegal in Canada. People still go to prison. We need to protest. And Canada Day has been a protest for cannabis ever since the 20-year mark.
Doctors are urging parents and caregivers to put safety locks on their windows and balconies. That's after 6 children have been injured over a 6-day period. Experts say falls can be life-threatening, and window screens do not prevent a child from falling through. They say often youngsters can climb before they can walk. The best protection is to ensure safety locks are in place on windows and balconies.
Every foot you add is going to increase the potentials of danger. We see in the Lower Mainland a lot of people who are falling, or kids that are falling out of 2 stories, 3 stories, 4 stories.
Turns out foreign home ownership in Metro Vancouver may not be as significant as first thought. The BC Real Estate Association's latest report suggests foreign investment amounts to less than 5% of the market. However, this number is based on estimates only. The report points to land scarcity as a much bigger issue when it comes to pricing compared to foreign ownership.
The foreign ownership stopped today in the Vancouver housing market. That the average typical home buyer in Vancouver wouldn't notice a difference at all. And in fact, only at the very top end of maybe the top 5% of the housing market where we see some little bit of softness on the pricing side. First-time buyers wouldn't see an impact at all, simply because their magnitude, at least the evidence suggests that they're not sufficient enough to drive a market as large as Metro Vancouver.
7:35. Let's get you up to speed in the world of sports.